Hello, it's Joey. I'm here to speak with you. Speaking with you. Speaking. Do you hear what I'm saying? I'm saying stuff. It's about what our meaning making is. Praying today that there is another way of looking at the world today. Hey, I invented the world I see. Everything I've I've given it all the meaning it has for me. Everything I see is made up of the past for me. My meaningless thoughts are showing me a meaningless mind, a meaningless world. These images are thoughts I think I see. My images are made up of thoughts I think. God is in everything I see because God is in my mind. Above all else, I want to see things differently. Above all else, I want to see. There is another way of looking at the world today. Today's idea is an attempt to recognize that you can shift your perception of the world in both its outer and inner aspects. A full 5 minutes should be devoted to the morning and evening applications. In these practice periods, the idea should be repeated as often as you find comfortable though unhurried applications are essential. In these practice periods, the idea should be repeated as often as you find comfortable, though unhurried applications are essential. Alternate between surveying your outer and inner perceptions, but without an abrupt sense of shifting. So try to shift between inner world and outer world smoothly, and inner world and outer world smoothly. I was thinking as I was driving just now about how I was about to be sharing this with you and how it's 3 p.m. in the evening, and often these things tell us to do, hey, when you first wake up and when you go to sleep. And I think probably the first time I went through it, I basically did that stuff as instructed, or I took a bit longer than the one day. I'm pretty sure, fairly sure, most of these times I did it, if not all the times, according to instruction, or as close as possible. Sometimes I'm sure it would take me more than a few days, and like it says, if it takes too long, eventually move on. But anyway, specifically it says here, and this is what forgiveness is about. Hey, actually, especially because I took the experiment and did it sincerely, now it's like the Spirit can work with me in ways that don't have me being like I've got to feel guilty at all. Because basically, every day, every moment is a morning, a waking up from the grave, actually. In some way, we could say from death till now, I am alive. And good morning. Even though the morning sound does have to do with the word grieving. Goodness gracious, let's give up our grief and celebrate the resurrection of life now. And, basically when it says to do something in the morning, I kind of do it right after I do my reading. And I'm pretty sure that's okay and that God will not condemn me. But, cursively, people may think otherwise. Okay. Alternate between surveying your outer world and your inner perceptions, but without an abrupt sense of shifting between the two. Paragraph number 2. Merely glance casually around the world you perceive as outside yourself, then close your eyes and survey your inner thoughts with equal casualness. Try to remain equally uninvolved in both. Uninvolved in the outside world, uninvolved in the inside world. And maintain this detachment as you repeat the idea throughout the day, which is, there is another way of looking at the world. Paragraph number 3. The shorter exercise period should be as frequent as possible. Specific applications of today's ideas should also be made immediately when any situation arises which tempts you to become disturbed. For these applications, say, there is another way of looking at this. Whatever this is that has arose that is tempting me to be disturbed. Paragraph number 4. Remember to apply today's idea the instant you are aware of distress. It may be necessary to take a minute or so to sit quietly and repeat the idea to yourself several times. Closing your eyes will probably be helpful in this form of application. Okay, there is another way for us to see the world, another way for me, another way for you, for us to share our way of perceiving the world, what it's for, and what we're making it for, what meaning we're giving it in the moment, and possibly in the story, celebrated as a spaghetti noodle lengthened out like a timeline that I know I feel I'm, as a character, on. Joey is in, and the spirit works with the story of him. There is another way of looking at the world today. Hey, good day. Love you. Ciao.